Today we're taking a look at American Psycho, played by Christian Bale, and the masculinity in this movie is quite disturbing. Christian Bale is a wealthy investment banker in the 1980s who leads a double life as a sadistic serial killer. He is obsessed with material possession, status, and perfection. Patrick's behavior becomes increasingly erratic and violent as the film progresses. He murders a homeless man, a prostitute, and several of his colleagues. He always manages to evoke suspicion and maintains his pristine reputation. Throughout the film, Patrick is plagued by hallucinations and delusion, leading the audience to question whether his killings are real or simply just fantasies. As his grip on reality deteriorates, Patrick becomes more and more unpredictable, ultimately leading into a chilling and ambiguous conclusion. The film delves deep into themes of capitalism, masculinity, and the search for identity. It is a disturbing yet thought-provoking exploration of the human psyche and the dark side of the American dream. But before we even talk about the crazy portrayal of masculinity in this film, we have to talk about on why men love this movie so much, and there's no one better to say it than the YouTube creator Moon.
American Psycho is a warning. More than 20 years after its release, and American Psycho continues to maintain its cultural grip. When I look at YouTube profiles, Twitter handles, and Instagram profiles, I'm often met with the sight of Patrick Bateman. When I go online, I see American Psycho memes continuing to spread like wildfire. This is because American Psycho is one of the only films that expertly taps into the psyche of men. It's a film that leaves you questioning your sense of reality. It's a film that shows us the consequences of masking our personality, our opinions, and true self. It shows us the hollowness of our atomized cities and soul-crushing workspaces. And most importantly, it shows us the absurdity of the postmodern era, where everyone dresses the same, talks the same, has the same opinions, has the same plastic masks covering their shriveled core. And this is why I think American Psycho is the only film that serves as an antidote to a world full of cancel culture, repression, and nihilistic barren distractions. The film then cuts to the infamous scene of Bateman's morning beautification routine. With all his layers of conditioners, gels, exfoliators, and ice packs, the film makes a key point in showing the plasticness and the absurdity of the efforts we go to for crafting our polished public persona, because we go to all of this effort to hide our authentic self.
There is an idea of a Patrick Bateman, some kind of abstraction, but there is no real me, only an entity, something illusory.
And this is seen everywhere within the film, where we see the bland staleness of modern metropolises, with skyscrapers and buildings all being carbon copies of one another, with each office within each building being the same artificial box with the same artificial lighting, with all the people in these offices looking, talking, and acting identically to one another. The cinematography and atmosphere is perfectly designed to resemble the monotonous drone of postmodern America, where you live in a box and work for an uncaring machine that demands productivity, where no natural behavior is allowed, neither in the office or with the people around you, where everyone's wearing the exact same clothes they don't want to wear, everyone's showing up to a job they don't want to do and have no connection for, where every week you're trying to fill that hole in the sad shadow of a life that you're left with. And this is what the film warns of, because when you're consumed in this sterile culture that rewards lukewarm morality above all else, you're programmed to never incorporate your shadow self, which to Nietzsche was a key part of self-development. He described this process as going beyond good and evil, but this can only be done when you loosen your mask and escape the confines of conventional expectations. To do this as a man, you need aggression and expression for your own self-development. But in a culture that erodes authentic self-expression and rewards material conformity, we start to see the consequences of this begin to manifest. And this is exactly what American Psycho taps into. We see this in the next scene where Patrick is with his fiancée on another night out. In this scene, it quickly becomes obvious that their relationship is only a social mask to keep up their public appearances to fit in with the rest.
Because I want to fit in.
With the whole night out being another means of blending in and conforming. As they walk in, everything is comedically shallow. Patrick's supposed friend is kissing his wife, Patrick is indifferent about it as he's having his own affair, and the person he's with is drugged out of their mind. Because for these people to release their shadow self, they have to gratify their immediate impulses to feel some sort of connection. And the hollowness of this whole situation is perfectly summed up with Patrick Bateman's social justice-y corporate political speech.
And oppose racial discrimination and promote civil rights, while also promoting equal rights for women. Most importantly, we have to promote general social concern. We have to encourage a return to traditional moral values.
Okay guys, I know that clip was long and you're like, bro, this guy's just stealing content. I really needed to get this message across, and there's no one else who could explain it better than him. He's more wiser, he's more clever, but I'm gonna be better than him one day. I'm gonna be disciplined, I'm gonna be mad. But anyways, I literally just watched this movie yesterday, and I thought it was a phenomenal movie. I thought it portrayed like men and how we think and how we act on impulses, how we think immediately and how we think violently, because we're men, you know, we build infrastructure, we conquer the world. Anyways, I really thought this movie was very, very inspirational. My dad loved this movie, I liked this movie, and a lot of men liked this movie, even some women too. So I thought that I'm gonna rate this movie a 10 out of 10, a 999 out of 10. What do you guys think about it in the comments? Let me know in the comments down below, because I think masculinity was portrayed pretty well in the movie. And yeah, that's just my thoughts on the movie, guys. And make sure to follow all my social medias in the description. Businesses and sponsorships, if you want to reach out to me to collaborate, hit my business email down in the description. I'm out. Peace.